Be a man, be your own man right now and stand up and answer a question, yes or no. Did Joe Biden win the 2020 presidential election, yes or no?
The United States Congress.
Oh, there you go. Sir, stop.
It's kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. Like, are we really gonna do this?
It is so cringe watching these Democrats do this line of questioning. It's like
That's what's cringe?
Yes, that's what's cringe. I mean, you do you, Carolyn. I do not envy the tab that you guys have.
Welcome back. We are locking right into the 10:06 mark of this segment, where host Abby Phillip leads the desk into a masterclass in political choreography on Capitol Hill. President Trump's judicial nominees trying their absolute hardest to avoid answering whether Joe Biden legitimately won the 2020 election. Watch as Abby sets the scene and turns it over to the panel. Bakari Sellers immediately calls out the ridiculous contrast, highlighting how these brilliant legal minds can break down complex constitutional originalism in their sleep, but suddenly sound like a corporate automated voicemail when asked a simple historical fact. Meanwhile, Scott Jennings steps up to defend the nominees, pointing out the brutal political reality that giving a direct answer in today's confirmation hearings is essentially a career death sentence. And then Kari Champion brings it right back to the core issue, reminding everyone that when prospective federal judges tiptoe around basic truth to survive a hearing, it erodes the entire public's faith in an independent judiciary. Let's jump right in as Abby Phillip, Bakari Sellers, Scott Jennings, and Kari Champion break down the ultimate Senate debate.
Nominees, one simple question. Who won the 2020 election? It's becoming a thing during these hearings. The nominees have no trouble saying Barack Obama beat John McCain. They have no trouble saying Obama beat Mitt Romney. But when it comes to Biden versus Trump, listen.
Be a man, be your own man right now and stand up and answer a question, yes or no. Did Joe Biden win the 2020 presidential election, yes or no?
The United States Congress.
Oh, there you go. Sir, stop.
Who won the 2020 election?
Senator, under the constitutional system, and in particular the 12th Amendment, Joseph Biden received the majority of the Electoral College vote.
In the 2020 election, who won between Donald Trump and Joe Biden?
Well, Joe Biden was certified by a joint session of Congress, and so as a matter of law, he was the elected president.
It's kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. Like, are we really gonna do this?
It is so cringe watching these Democrats do this line of questioning. It's like
That's what's cringe?
Yes, that's what's cringe. I mean, you do you, Carolyn. I do not envy the tab that you guys have.
Who's like, hey guys, we're gonna play our greatest hits.
Caroline,
and you're like,
I'm sorry,
okay,
but what,
you guys were good in the
what
80s.
is cringe?
Now there's no crowd. Nobody cares. They're wearing the tight leather jeans. They look terrible, and you're just like, wow, you guys are has-beens. This is all you have.
Caroline, hey Caroline, who won the 2020 election?
Yeah, Carolyn, who won?
Oh, Joe Biden, but it was rigged by big
see
tech.
how simple?
See how simple? Mark Zuckerberg
She
not
said
gonna do
one name. It's like magic.
This is
You guys gotta get new material.
Hold on.
This is the longest game of password ever. The secret word is
You
2020.
guys
No gestures.
Guys,
No
this is
genuflecting. Please don't give an answer.
Just
this is
answer.
ridiculous.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
answer the question and move on. You look bad.
No,
and this
guys
is what
look bad.
This is what Americans get frustrated about. That our politicians have to spend this time asking these inane questions and getting inane answers. And that's where people lose voters.
This is the whole problem with Donald Trump's Republican Party right now, and it permeates every conversation we've had at this table right now. You want to get appointed to a judicial nomination, you have to say that Donald Trump didn't really lose in 2020, and I feel bad for the two of you that you guys can't just admit the truth outright. But hold on, Carolyn, let me make my point. No, I don't think that big tech rigged the election.
Hold on,
that's crazy.
Caroline.
But here's the thing. You guys want to know why Max Miller can't resign and why the Republicans won't get away from him? Because he's Donald Trump's protege. Because Donald Trump is out there saying that he's a good human being and this is a family matter that should be settled by the family with no consideration of a little girl who's getting beat by her dad right now. You want to know why Mike Rogers is going to lose in Michigan to Abdul El-Sayed? Because he can't tell the truth about the economy. Because Donald Trump is running around the country talking about the golden age of America and how much great everything is.
That race.
Okay. No
Take it
sports
up on
betting at the table.
Jackie.
All right. It's not just the 2020 election, although it is always the 2020 election. Here's another example. This was about January 6th. Listen.
Judge Cook, was the Capitol attacked on January 6, 2021?
Yes, there was a lot of violence and vandalism at the Capitol and attacks on law enforcement. So I hesitate to use the word attack just because it would be something that would apply to everybody. And I
So
believe in
you're
precision,
unwilling to say what Justice Coney Barrett has said, what Judge Kelly has said, Judge Lamberth has said, federal district court judges and a Supreme Court justice, that the Capitol was attacked. You're unwilling to say that.
Okay. I mean, Joe, this is silly. He used the word attack himself to describe what happened on that day, but won't acknowledge that it was an
silly is the theatrics that both parties do from time to time, where they try to play gotcha. At the end of the day, you have judicial nominees who, by the way, in the first set of clips, they all answered factually that Joe Biden was certified as the elected president of the United States. They all three did say that, so let's not pretend they didn't. But the reality is, people are sick of this. People are sick of this theatrics. They're done with the theatrics.
Here's why it's relevant.
Over it.
It's an attempt by Trump to stack the courts so that if there's an election lost by Republicans in 2026 or 2028, he can drive through this election nonsense, right? So it's not just theatrics. There's an agenda here that's very dark and very evil.
These are three guys playing for the cameras, trying to make some viral videos.
All right.
We jump right into the heart of the Senate Judiciary hearing room, where host Abby Phillip sets up a masterclass in political dodgeball. The central issue at hand? President Trump's judicial nominees are being systematically pressed by Senate Democrats on whether Joe Biden legitimately won the 2020 election. But instead of giving a simple, straight-laced answer, these nominees execute some of the most impressive verbal choreography you will ever witness on Capitol Hill. Abby Phillip turns the floor over to panelist Bakari Sellers, who zeroes in on the absolute absurdity of the spectacle. As Bakari points out, these brilliant legal minds can dissect centuries of constitutional law, cite obscure legal precedents off the top of their heads, and debate complex statutory interpretation without breaking a sweat. Yet, the moment a senator asks them a basic historical fact about who won the election in 2020, they suddenly sound like a customer service rep sticking strictly to an approved corporate script. Panelist Scott Jennings steps in to offer the conservative defense, arguing that these nominees are in a virtually impossible political vice grip. As Scott lays it out, if a nominee gives a direct, unfiltered answer, they risk instantly alienating the White House and torpedoing their own nomination before it even gets to a full Senate vote. From Scott's vantage point, this isn't about denying reality, it's about strategic survival in a hyper-partisan confirmation process, where any stray remark can become a weapon. That's when panelist Carrie Champion cuts through the talking points to highlight what this dance looks like to everyday Americans watching at home. Carrie emphasizes that these aren't just political games played in a vacuum, these are prospective federal judges applying for lifetime appointments on the bench. When nominees spend minutes tiptoeing around clear, settled facts just to avoid political landmines, Carrie argues it deeply erodes public trust in the independence of the judicial system itself. Abby Phillip wraps up the discussion by framing the broader dilemma facing Capitol Hill. As Abby notes, watching judicial nominees walk a razor-thin tightrope between legal principle and political loyalty has become the new normal for Senate confirmation hearings. Whether you view it as necessary political savvy or a troubling compromise of judicial independence, Abby Phillip, Bakari Sellers, Scott Jennings, and Carrie Champion leave us with one inescapable truth. In today's political environment, answering a simple question can be the most dangerous move a nominee can make.